by now you might have heard, there is a new app called The Tea. And it's where women are spilling the tea and reviewing dates they've had. Men aren't allowed on it. And this is it's just flatly wrong. I'm going to explain the app to you guys and also explain how on God's green earth women could justify this. Let's get into it. When I heard about this app, I became enraged. It's just, first I was shocked, but then I was like, okay, really, should I be shocked? Should I be shocked at this point at what we will do to you guys, about how we will not think about the fact that you're human and that this is harmful in so many ways? But no, we don't think about that. Going to talk about the app, what it is, and why we would do this. Also, I downloaded the app, and they review you, make sure you're a woman, blah blah blah, and it's 17 hours. I'm on the wait list, and in 17 hours I'll be in, because I am going to spy on them. I want to see the things they're saying, not to get information on the men. I want to get information on the women that are doing this and report it back to you guys. But we have to wait 17 hours. Then I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. Yeah, we are. Because this is not okay. So this article is about the topic, is published in Newsweek on July 24th, yesterday. And the writer is Jesus Mesa. So this is straight from Jesus. I hope that's okay to make that joke. Kind of feel guilty. All right. On a man-free app, women warn each other about dating red flags. Right away, baloney. That's not what it's about. This is revenge. They might as well call it Scorned Woman App. And play Oliver Anthony's song. Imagine preparing for a first date and checking your phone, not for your outfit or directions, but to see if the person you're about to meet has been flagged by name in a growing national database of anonymous dating reviews. Yeah, it's viral. This app is absolutely viral, which tells you so much about us. That's the premise of Tea, a women-only mobile app that has quickly become one of the most downloaded apps in the country. Marketed as a dating safety tool, Tea allows verified female users to post about their romantic experiences with men. Do you see how they word this? God, it's so 1984. Like, no, it doesn't. Their romantic experiences with men. Really? And a safety tool? This is a cover. This is a cover. Because if they say that, then whatever they say is fine. They always cloak it with, well, it's for our safety. You know, all us strong and independent women, we're just like, oh my God, I'm so scared. I thought that we were equal. Weird. It's weird. Sometimes we are and sometimes we're not. They can upload names, photos, and brief accounts of how the date went. Names and photos of the person. You know, so we all know who we're talking about. I can't wait to get on there and see what these people are up to. Oh, I can't wait to get on there, and I cannot wait to, I'm not going to dox the men. I'm going to talk about what these women are saying. I'm not going to say the name. I'm not going to say who it is. I'm just going to reveal the vitriol and the absolute disregard for men as humans. Because this is not how you would treat humans. This is not how they would be treated. I want to bring up something real quick, and I might react to this video just completely on the side, but Homath has a video out recently called Responsibility. It's funny, but also he talks about how women call men narcissists and all this stuff because the women that do that are on this lower level thinking. And obviously he explains it better than I do. But listen up, because if you've ever been called a narcissist, or you've ever, oh my God, you're a monster, you're controlling, whatever, right? If you've ever had that, this is probably why. They're a lower, that's hard to say, lower level thinker. And you guys who have encountered this are up here, higher level thinker. So you're able to empathize, imagine how other people would feel, etc. And they're down here, and they don't do that, particularly with men, particularly from their point of view. They might see it, over here. They might see it for their brother, what have you. But when it's them in a romantic thing, they don't see it. So they look at it like, if you say to them something like, or they say to you, you never do the da-da-da. And you say back, well, you never do the da-da-da. Oh my God, I can't believe you said that to me. You're a narcissist. You're controlling. You're verbally abusive. And it's like, I mean, not to sound like a third grader, but you started it. Like, why is it different? Why is it that they can say the thing to you? They can say, oh my God, you a-hole. And you go, you B-word. And that was the abusive thing, not the other thing. I know you guys have experienced this. And Homath explained it so well. He's like, that's because they don't think about how you feel. They don't think about that. They're not able to. So therefore, it doesn't count. It only counts when you say you're the B word and, oh my God, it hurts so much. But what I said to you, that doesn't hurt. And the thing that I will go a step further, I'm totally spoiling my reaction to Homath's video, but it's okay. I don't mind saying it again. And it needs to be said again. It needs to be said over and over and over again until every man hears it. She doesn't see, not only is she lacking the ability to empathize, kind of like a sociopath, but the reason why is because we are all trained from the beginning through every, media source and other people and even other men, like, fathers and stuff, even that, teaching us women that you guys don't have hearts to be hurt, that you don't have hearts to be broken. So we can, just throw all these horrible insults at you and it's fine because we feel this way, because we're angry, because we're hurt, because we're this, because we're that. So therefore, I'm just going to verbally abuse you. And you dish it back even a quarter of the amount. And that's abuse, and that's controlling, and that's all of that. And I know you guys have been in those situations and you're like, what? But that's why. Because they don't think about the fact that you do have a heart, that you do get hurt. They literally don't. It doesn't even cross their minds. And that's why they can make an app like this and not even think it's a problem. I have more to say about that in a minute, but I want to continue with what Newsweek has to say. Most of the reviews are negative. Of course, they're not on there celebrating you guys. I would die of shock if that happened. Launched quietly in 2023. Oh, 2023, so it's been up there a while. Tea exploded in popularity this summer after gaining traction on TikTok. Since then, it has become a flashpoint in conversations around digital ethics, gender politics, and the state of the dating market in a national climate of deep distrust. Well, this doesn't help it. This just gives you guys another reason to walk away. I understand you might not want to be alone. I understand that wasn't what you wanted. But that doesn't change what we're dealing with here. I don't want you guys to go into the snake pit. This is what we are capable of. And you don't know which ones of us are capable of this. You don't know until it's too late. And there's so many men. Read the comments on my channel. There's so many men who were married for decades and had no idea that she was capable of this. Not this app, but just the vitriol and the, what's going on underneath and how it just ripped the mask off because we're unhappy or our hormones are out of whack. People should really pay more attention to that. All right. Quote, we are in an era of defensive dating. Yeah, I wonder why. Said Magdalene Taylor, a journalist and author who writes about hanky-panky relationships and internet culture. Quote, people are afraid of being duped, ghosted, or worse, and T is offering them a kind of insurance policy. People are afraid? This is only women. This app is for women. All that matters, if you hear this, the message is, all that matters is that women are afraid. All that matters is that women have trust issues. That's all that matters. Men are just, what? Not human? The new rules of digital dating. T's onboarding makes its mission clear. New users are shown a series of promises. Everything is anonymous. Screenshots are impossible, and all women are verified. It just means that they make sure you're a woman. I had to take a selfie, and that's what the 17-hour wait list is. I'll just tell you guys, I had to put in a name that I wanted to go by, Finder Outer, because I'm finding out about them. Finder Outer. And then had to put my birthday, and it told me like the types of things that are on there, kind of baloney that's here. And then it said, and then I had to take a selfie. So I just did that. And they told me that's because they want to verify that I am a woman. And then 17-hour wait list. So that was the whole deal. In case you want to know, I just downloaded the app from the App Store on my phone. I feel like I'm a secret agent. Okay, this is so bad. Everything is anonymous. Screenshots are impossible and all women are verified. The app allows you to search a man's name, set alerts if he's mentioned, and browse posts nationwide. So for example, I could put a man's name in there and then have it turn on the notifications, and it will tell me when that man's name pops up and some other woman's reviewed him. This is treating you like you are not human. Like you're reviewing a movie or a food or something inanimate. The audacity, to use Pearl's word, the audacity. Like, I just want to shake them. You remember that scene on Airplane? That's what I want to do. I just want to shake them, because I'm like, do you not see what you're doing? They don't, but I still want to shake them. Violence isn't the answer. I just had a sneeze attack. I think I've taken after Lola, which, by the way, she's sleeping. In case anyone's like, where's Lola? She is sleeping, and she's very tired. She always looks after me, and when I'm not well, she stresses. But we're all right. Don't worry about me. Okay. So I can put a name in and it'll alert me. But it doesn't stop there. T also includes tools to run background checks, search for criminal records or hanky-panky offender listings, I don't like the way that sounds. Perform reverse image searches. Reverse image searches. All the rest of it, you've always been able to do online anyway, for anybody, right? Men, women, whatever. You've always been able to search those things, criminal records, whatever. Been verified and all those different websites that you can do that. But the reverse image searches on photos and locate social media profiles. So it's like the picture, and then it like takes you to the, I don't know, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is, like TikTok. God, these women are spires. The company pledges to donate 10% of revenue to the National DV Hotline. Because after all, it's for your safety. Remember that? That sounds familiar. I think about 5 years ago, we heard that a lot. It's for your safety. Therefore, whatever we do is okay. Tyrants do that. Just saying. Just, side note, tyrants do that. Just thought I'd bring that up. Yet, as T expands, so does the backlash. On Reddit and other forums, men have begun pushing back, sharing stories of being named on the app with what they claim are false or misleading accounts. Some say they were accused of cheating when they were already divorced or flagged simply for ending a date early. Because men can't access the app, they have no easy way to know what's been said about them, let alone respond to it. So how are they finding out what's been said about them? Must be a woman on their side. Think about that. How else do they know that was said about them? Some woman must have checked, right? Some woman must have snitched. And here's a good time to tell you that if you don't know, there used to be, I found out on Facebook, where they had, are we dating the same guy or the same man, whatever. It would say that. And so on the Facebook page, private page, of course, there would be, people saying, I'm dating this guy, because women would think that they were being cheated on. So they would post a picture and, are we dating the same guy? And of course, some women were like, oh my God, I did, I am, whatever. Because they were trying to figure out if they were in situationships, basically. It was like, find out if you're in a situationship app. And the funny thing about that is, at least at that time, a couple of years ago, that the pages had to keep being taken down because women were letting the men know, like if they were in a situationship, right, with a man that they saw on the Facebook page, and a woman that was also in the situationship with that same man posted something, the woman, it's getting confusing. Two women, let's say, are in a situationship with one man. One woman posts something on Facebook about him. The other woman sees it and snitches. And I personally think it's so that, okay, see, I'm the good one. I'm the one you want to choose. Look at her. She wants to destroy you. And so then that page would need to be taken down when it kept having that problem, because women were pushing back. Sometimes we do good things, and sometimes there are good ones of us. I never said that we're all bad. Hold on before you get mad at me or turn the channel or whatever. But the thing is you don't know which ones of us are which, because I don't know why my phone is just texting. It comes from my computer. Sorry for the ding. I don't know how to make it stop right now. It's a new computer. So, and when I was downloading this app, I found out, because they bring up all the things, that there's an app for, are we dating the same guy? So I guess I'll have to investigate that too for you guys. I'm going to be a secret agent again. Okay, so the backlash. The men are like, this is not okay. And these are lies. Basically, that is slander, or I guess if it's written, it's libel. Either way, I hope people face lawsuits. Online defenders of T argue that traditional dating platforms have failed to prioritize women's safety. T, by contrast, is built entirely around women and strictly controls access. No boys allowed. Or children. And for many users, that makes all the difference. I just have to be sarcastic with this because it's the only way I can get my anger out. I am sorry. I hope it's okay with you guys. Maybe the person you're planning to meet disappeared after sleeping with someone. Maybe he lied about being divorced or about past incidences of violence. Maybe someone has already posted a nebulous warning. Don't go. He's not who he claims to be. All right, what if we read this with a she instead of a he? That's misogynistic. How dare you? How dare you? You can't say that about women. That's wrong. About men, that's necessary for our safety. Anyway. Still, Taylor, who has closely tracked the app's rise, says its success is less about tea as a product and more about what it reflects. Huh, indeed. But I don't think it's what they think it is. Quote, it reflects the way people are dating now, digitally, cautiously, and socially mediated, she told Newsweek. Quote, people aren't using tea because it's ideal. They're using it because everything else feels broken. Well, it's weird. You know, you remove God and it's weird. It's like things don't work as well. Sure that's a coincidence too? A culture of exposure. Whether tea ultimately proves to be a valuable accountability tool or just another polarizing platform caught in the maw of the modern dating economy remains to be seen. For now, it stands as both a cautionary tale and a cultural mirror, a sign of just how much the dating landscape has changed with the times. Founder Sean Cook, it's a guy. A man found, what did I say? Men also teach us to not trust you. Sean, were your parents divorced? Did you have a single mom? What's going on with you? Why do you hate men so much? Founder Sean Cook says he created the app after his mother was catfished. Boom! Okay, his pitch is about prevention, not punishment. But how that plays out in practice is less clear. T offers no way to challenge or correct posts. There's no appeals process. Names can remain on the platform indefinitely. Okay. Yeah. There's a fine line, quote, there's a fine line between accountability and punishment, Taylor said. When there's no way to respond or explain yourself, it starts to feel like punishment. Yeah, because it is. That's exactly what it's designed for. That is exactly what it's designed for. He said it. It's really not for safety. It's really not. They'll claim it as all day long. But it's not. It is for punishment. They want you to pay. That's it. That's just how we are. And it's not good. And it used to be trained out of us as little girls. That's not happening anymore. Okay. T's rise coincides with deeper shifts in the dating culture and growing concern about where men fit in. Public health experts, including U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy, have warned of a rising loneliness epidemic, especially among men. Nearly 1 in 4 American men say they have no close friends. Over 40% report feeling lonely on a weekly basis. They're less likely to seek emotional support and more likely to withdraw from social spaces altogether. They're more likely to be ostracized from them. They're more likely to be seen as predators. They're more likely. When you know society hates you, you withdraw. When you know things are stacked against you, you withdraw. When you know there are threats everywhere with false accusations and, divorce or all kinds of things, you withdraw. But they're not going to say that, are they? No. For those in their prime dating years, their job prospects, out of college, are increasingly bleak. Yeah. Modern dating often deepens the divide. Just going to pause right here. Please hit like on this video if you're enjoying this content, if you think this is important. I would really appreciate it. We want to get this out so that, men can know what we really are, what we're really capable of. Just feral out here. No boundaries. All of the support from the state and the media and everything. I am woman, hear me roar. As women gain educational and economic ground, studies show they're becoming more selective. That's not why. It's because they have access to all the men, and everybody now thinks that they're a 10, right? And so therefore they should get a 10. They want a 10, whatever they think a 10 is in a man, and I know the 6s. And therefore they should have it because I want it. That's why. The end. That's the rest of that, rationale, if you will. If we haven't. A recent Business Insider report called it the winner effect. A handful of high-status men attract most of the attention, while many others are overlooked. Hey, at least they said it here. Are they going to say that it's not good or anything like that? No. Fine. You go, girl. In that vacuum, resentment can fester. And Taylor believes platforms like T, whether intentionally or not, can intensify that edge. It's not intentional. I will tell you that. They are not trying to push men away. They're really not. I know you guys might be like, really? Because how can they not see that that's what it does? Well, if you haven't learned by now, we don't see some things, especially when we're like, I'm just going to see what I want to see. And we see what we want, and we see those things. We see how we feel. We see how we think. And as I said in the beginning, we are not aware that you have any of those things, or that if you do, any of those things are valid. Because when you start out with the premise, man bad, you arrive here. You can't arrive here without starting out with the premise, man bad. And that comes from all of the media, all of the propaganda. Not just what women like me have faced our whole lives, but what our mothers did, and their mothers did, and their mothers did. Because it trickles down too. And even the fathers. Men are also being propagandized to think that men are bad. To think that men are all hound dogs, that all they want is hanky-panky. To think that men are the ones that cheat mostly. They're being propagandized. How? Matriarchal family structures. The Sean Cook guy who started this app, he did it because his mother was catfished. Well, how did that happen in a nuclear family? It doesn't. Does it? No. So he's like, I gotta protect my mommy and all the other mommies out there. Maybe mommy should have stayed married. Just a suggestion. What do I know? Is society better with nuclear families? Objectively, yes. I can't believe the guy that created this app did so because his mother was catfished. Why did he know about that? Was it after he was grown up? Did he know about it when he was a kid? Because that is completely inappropriate. Look what it did to his brain. Look how it made him look at men. Look at the weapon he created against men. because of what happened to his mother. Where's her accountability and all that? There isn't any. Just like there isn't any for the women on this app. You have so many men that sabotage you. That's how we get to have this kind of power. Because some man gave it to us somewhere. We didn't go fight. We marched and wiggled our signs. Right? Like as if that is where any kind of seizing power comes from. Okay. It's not just about men being lonely, she said. It's about not knowing how to meet expectations. And now they're worried that if they mess up, they'll be posted about with no way to defend themselves. Well, yeah, and even if they don't, what if she's the Cheesecake Factory girl? Remember that girl? She'd probably get on there and be like, can you believe he wanted to take me to the Cheesecake Factory? Probably say all kinds of things about him. And it's like, he was a perfectly wonderful gentleman. They're going to get on there and say all kinds of things. There are some people that need to tear others down to make themselves feel better. That is what this app is also. If she feels rejected, if she feels like she can't get a man or keep a man or whatever, guess what she's going to do? Trash that man. I understand that some of the other people who have covered this story have focused on the doxing, all of that. And that is absolutely horrible and, should be illegal. I mean, isn't it? To slander or libel people and then dox them? It should be. But I am focusing on how our nature got us to something like the T app. And how women can think about men to where they think that this is okay. As egregious as this is, the way they can justify it. And I've seen, Bachelor covered it. Matt Walsh covered it. But they're men. And I happen to have this woman brain, burden as it is, annoying as it is. There are great things about being a woman. There really are. God made me, God made women, and he made us for a beautiful purpose, right? And when those attributes are used in the way they're supposed, when those characteristics, I should say, because they're not really working as attributes right now, but when those characteristics are used properly, it's wonderful. When they're feral and just everywhere, and we've got all this like toxic compassion, basically, immigrants and criminals and everything, like everybody get some needles. It'll be great. Let's be, kind to addicts. And it's not being kind, but whatever. When that agreeableness just is set loose where it shouldn't be, it's bad. That's my whole point. And women can be good, but right now it's like you let some horses out of the field and they're like going crazy. That's us. That's us. And you are the ones getting trampled. And I wish I could make it logical and rational so you guys could understand it, because that's how men approach things, generally speaking. But it isn't that. That's not where the purpose for this comes from. That's not where the rationale for this comes from. That's not where the justification for this comes from. It's our nature run amok. And it's our nature combined with all of the brainwashing, which I think is a weapon, and it's used against you. Why? Because you're the men of Christendom. And you're in the way of the state. You're in the way of evil, totalitarian control. communism was atheist. And that says everything. And I know you're like, what does communism have to do with the T app? Well, you got to get there somehow. And disenfranchising the men, just demoralizing the men, just, destroying men and women's relationships so that there are no more nuclear families is how you get there. This is a weapon. The T app is a weapon. It's a weapon against you guys. We have been weaponized to tear you down. And it's even through dating. So it is so covert. People don't realize it. They don't realize how absolutely evil it is. It goes on. The rise of T is also tied to a growing fatigue with dating apps in general. Internal reports from Match Group and Bumble show user engagement is declining. Yeah, because men aren't having it anymore. Why be on there and be overlooked all the time? And the women are realizing, oh, the men who are still on here, all these like high value men, these are the situationship men. And so the women are like, ugh, all men are scum. And the men are like, I'm invisible. They hate me. Bye. Smart thing to do. A 2024 Forbes survey found that 75% of Gen Z respondents were either taking breaks from dating apps or using them less frequently. Users cited ghosting, endless swiping, and a lack of meaningful connection as common complaints. Yeah, ghosting. Situationships. Recreational use only. But when you present yourself like that as a woman, and you're using that bait to try to grab a relationship, which is what the last video was about yesterday, and then you're like disappointed because your bait didn't work and you didn't get a relationship from this high value man, now you're mad. I think that's what the T app is going to be full of, but we're going to see. Quote, people are exhausted, Taylor, the hanky-panky columnist said. I don't think this is the end of dating, but it's the end of pretending that technology hasn't changed everything about how we meet, trust, and try to love each other. I don't think people know the definition of love anymore. I know we certainly don't. I don't know if we ever did. Honestly, I don't know. I think it's very different for men and women. It just is. You guys, it just keeps getting worse. It does. But I hope that I am showing you the reality of not only what's going on, but also why and how we could possibly get to a place where you're treated this way and how women can justify it. And this is just an egregious example of the things we will do, the lengths we will go to, and the entitlement we feel to do so. It's just awful. It's just awful. I think, I'm joking, but I think they should make an app for men to, do this. And what you could do, I just wrote a few notes. I thought it was funny. I don't know if you guys will think it's funny too, but if you guys had an app where you could, instead of red flags, it would be red flags, but it would also be like, I vetted her, so you don't have to, kind of a thing. So the types of things that you would have on your app would be, well, is she violent? Tell me some examples. Crazy ex-girlfriend type of a situation. The body count. What is it? Because she might be saying, oh, this, that, the other. Well, I don't know. Did you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1,000? Let's find out. Let's post it. Let's put it up there. Let's put those numbers up there, ladies. Can she cook? Can she cook? I think that should be on there. Before you go out, get that red flag settled. Is her car clean? Is her house clean? Because you might not see it. You need to know. It tells you a lot about who she is as a person. We got to keep you safe. If you were baby trapped by her, put it up there. You know, if you were baby trapped and she moved on, let those men know. That's how that child came about. What the divorce was actually like, or the marriage was actually like. She's out on the town. She's, you know, single and free and everything. Well, men, ex-husbands, put the stuff up there so the other men know what they're dealing with for their safety. It's okay because it's for their safety. So you can put everything up there, a picture, all of it. And then what did she do when you told her no? Let the men know about that red flag. What's the problem? What's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? So that would be amazing if somebody did make that app, but you know, they'd probably be arrested and put on the, you know, as a hate group from the Southern Poverty Law Center or whatever that is. Because it's only good one way, right? That's what we've learned. So that's what we're dealing with. And I'm sorry once again, but we have to have a laugh. We have to have a laugh at this because they're pathetic. They're pathetic. You deserve better. So protect your peace, you guys. Always. I look at nature and I play with Lola. Feed your souls. That's how I do that. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Hit the like on your way out if you haven't already. Naughty, naughty. Bye.